feel like this is crucial.
Diggy ban will be quite useful because we've seen yesterday that whenever Evos was actually playing, they did a similar strategy, right? They do have a strong assassin in the jungle, they have strong laners as well, and they have that Sicilian for the late game. Unfortunately, in that game, I believe they didn't really come out on top. So it will come down to the execution as well. I think they require a bit more engage or a bit more lockdown, because if they want to dive in and they want to do damage with the Fanny, they have to make sure that the target is there to be picked up by Fiersic.
This is going to be it's such a high-level draft already, man, from both of the teams, Evos Legends and Aurafire, with the Brody ban limiting the hero pool of Kabuki, also getting one of the insta-lock heroes out of the way in Brody, and also taking that Beatrix out. It is going to kind of force Aurafire to maybe go for a two-fighter composition once more here. Or they might just go for a Clint.
Okay. It's still 0%. All right, it's okay, but perhaps in the hands of Kabuki, it could somehow increase that win rate if he really likes that hero, because I feel like they need damage right now. With Edith, with Kufra and Eve, they are lacking in that department, and of course, Clint is a good pickup. Hopefully, though, with Kabuki piloting this hero, it can increase the win rate.
Honestly, if I'm looking at the compositions right now, I feel like it is still heavily favored towards Evos Legends. Yes, Kufra is there to silence him, to take her down, but you gotta remember this Fanny in a lot of the games now is going to be used as a distraction rather than the pure damage dealer, alright? When she just swings around and all four members are focused on this one member, it opens up, it creates so much space for the Sicilian to play.
With the Sanguine Claws, the Sicilian can do a lot of crowd control, and of course, once that lands, the follow-up from the rest of the team will be swift to follow. So I think for Aura, they have a decent amount of crowd control, but we'll have to see how the execution goes. I think they're going to attempt to play aggressively, because with the Kufra and with the Diggy ban, it doesn't seem like they're intending on backing away from any aggression that Evos will bring to the table.
Holy, this drafts from Evos Legends is looking very nasty. With that addition, Popo and Koopa and Rafaela, it adds sustainability. And even with that Popo and Koopa, split pushing opens up a huge potential here. Fanny, Popo and Koopa, of course, Glue being the distraction. Evos Legends from the drafts is looking strong.
They have a composition that really is basically made here to play around the Sicilian. They have the Rafaela that adds utility. They have someone to cover up in that Popo and Koopa, and two people to distract. But like I said, this is the thing about Aurafire. You don't know what they're going to draft. You banned the Paquito, you banned Aulus, thinking that they want to play that in the jungle. But no, he comes out with the Baxia once again. I mentioned this. This is High's favorite hero back in MPL Season 8, and it seems like it's still his favorite here in Season 9, debuting here once again for Aurafire. What are your thoughts at this point? I really do want to understand. Did he pick the Baxia because of the glue, or?
Well, there's a lot of healing and sustain from the side of Evos Legends, so the Baxia pick is already valuable. There is a lot of catch potential with the Popo and Koopa and a Burst Mage combo. We've seen this a lot in the previous season. So having two frontliners will have a lot. It will give Aura a lot of possibilities to actually open up the map. And of course, with the Baxia extra crowd control, that will be yet another factor for the Fanny to consider before diving into the backline of Aurafire.
Oh, hella nasty. Let's just jump though into the Land of Dawn for our game number 1, match number 2, Evos Legends taking on Aurafire. Still with Goni, Mirko, and as well as Arashi here leading the game. Ooh-wee!
Ooh-wee! Let's get straight into the game here, Goni. Let's take a look at the matchups once more here. For me personally, predictions-wise, I'll have to go with Aurafire. I think the draft is really creative here, even though Evos Legends' composition can win. I'm not saying they can't, but I think Aurafire just has a better game plan here.
I gotta be honest with you, composition-wise, I feel like Aurafire, they lack damage, they lack burst. Sure, they have cleanse, but besides that, they do not have enough right now. First thing already went 3-1. Uh-oh, High here with the shield unity will not be able to escape, because First Blood by Samsung Galaxy A series will be claimed the hands of Fiersic.
Yeah, I mean, dude, you gotta be careful here in this type of game when you are up against a Fanny. She clears the lanes, she clears the jungle really fast. And when it comes to mobility, moving across the jungle, yeah, I'm pretty sure she is the fastest. So High, a little bit too greedy there, miscalculating a bit on how fast Fanny can get there. But in the top side though, Kabuki's been doing amazing. Usually when we see this matchup, Arashi, we don't really see the Clint winning in the first 3 levels.
Obviously, because Clover on the Popo and Koopa, it's essentially a 2v1, so Clean has a harder time, but Godiva is there to actually make a difference in the situation. In the mid lane, I think Aurafire with the Give has more potential for rotations and actually pickoffs with that 3-man roam squad. Again, having a fighter in the jungle allows you to be a lot more aggressive, and that is exactly what Aura is going for.
Aurafire here, Shield Unity goes on towards First Stick here with the cables already slicing and dicing on towards high. But both junglers using their retribution here, so Wild Turtle is up. So interesting approach from both of the junglers.
Yeah, a very interesting approach from both of the junglers, but I do want to take a deep dive maybe at this pick from high. With the Baxia, not only do you get that mobility, but also you can kind of counter the healing coming in from all of the members here. Oh, Sicilian gets caught though.
Sicilian gets caught here. Krites is the target. Fluffy will deal out damages. Oh, in the backside is actually high. Gets taken down. It will be traded though. 1-for-1 high for Krites.
Yep, that's a good trade, but also kind of not. I mean, it's an equal trade for both of the teams, but the thing is, it was actually the side of Krite. Krite got picked off for high. I'm gonna have to say it's more worth it for the side of Aurafire here because again, it's a Baxia in the jungle. If he gets behind, even if he's ahead, it won't really matter that much. He's always gonna be tanking. He always has that utility. Whereas Krite, he needs to get this early game going pretty well for himself to be able to snowball to that mid game.
Yeah, First Stick here moving aggressively on towards high. High takes a lot of damage with Godiva assisting him, but First Stick gets outplayed here. He gets taken down as Baxia survives that one. Wild Turtle is up. Perhaps Aurafire could build their momentum right here, right now, and take the turtle as well.
That's why.
That is the big front-to-back potential from Aurafire. If they don't get a good jump onto the back line, Fersik can't really expend all of the effort, time, skills, cooldowns, and energy onto frontline members like Godiva or High. He needs to make sure that it lands onto the right targets, and if Aurafire positions properly, that is something that's quite difficult to achieve. That's
the reason I prefer Aurafire's draft compared to Evos Legends. I feel like they have a lot of different tools that just does the job really well. Like Godiva can engage, High can just follow it up, and they can all take the damage. Plus, Fanny's gonna have a real hard time getting to that back line. High can just soak up all the damage he needs to, and it's gonna be A-okay. It's Baxia in the jungle, like I've been saying for the past 4 minutes.
Eve now with the Enchanted Talisman early on, knowing that the utility, the slows that will, will be hindering the dive from Evos Legends will come out critical. And of course, with more real-world manipulations, there's a lot more chances for them to get a pick, just like this.
Real-world manipulation has been popped. High, claiming that turtle. Anti-Mage and First joining the fight. High takes a lot of damage. Anti-Mage though, in the backside, First low HP, will not be able to survive. Anti-Mage takes a ride with High here, with that shield unity, but Rex in the front line will not be able to survive. Facehugger claiming yet another kill. 2-man down for Evos Legends.
Oh my god, a nasty team fight for the side of Aurafire. Like I said, they burned all their resources literally on the turtle, but it doesn't matter. They just are too tanky, too sustainable. All the damage you throw at them, it's not going to matter unless the Popo and Koopa actually joins the fight. But Kabuki is doing such a good job, basically shutting this Popo and Koopa down. That's something that's just unreal.
This is the potential, the rock, paper, scissors matchup in the jungle. Assassins don't win against fighters, and Assassins wins against marksmen. So the draft is really so good for Aurafire.
Oh, Aurafire doing a great job there, forcing the flicker from Popo and Koopa, creating that space, and Kabuki will claim a turret top side here. A game plan goes, Aurafire is leading. Evos, they are driven by our game plan.
Looking at the items now though, both teams are still kind of even, but Kabuki opting for an early armor purchase to make sure that he doesn't get pressured by First too hard in these fights, and First adjusts very quickly and gets a Malefic Ward to counter that almost instantly.
Yeah, I don't know about this, man. Talking about the game plans right now, High, he's already starting his move very aggressively into the enemy base, into enemy jungle, my bad. And the thing is, this is what he needs to do. Just keep on doing this. It doesn't matter. Yes, you don't get the purple buff, but you've already bought so much time. First gets caught.
First gets caught by Godiva, and there you go. Gets taken down 3 times in Land of Dawn. Evos, though, they are struggling, trying to find compensation here. Fluffy takes a lot of damage, still surviving this. Oh, never mind. Sanguine Claws. Nice connection. Godiva might be nice because Clover takes a lot, deals a lot of damage, but there you go. Right with the kill. 2 for 2, 2 for 1 for that trade.
2 for 1. But they do get the turret in the bottom side, and this is what I'm trying to say here. It doesn't matter how many kills Evos Legends keep on getting across the map if they don't get objectives. Aurafire's way of playing is just distracting you, so you take these fights, but you don't focus on objectives, and it's working so far. Remember, the sustainability, the dive potential is going to be huge. Trite gets kills, but he's not going to be able to dish out that damage if he gets dove on.
I think it's important for Aurafire to actually push their tempo, and for Evos Legends, they need to actually pay attention to the cooldowns of the crowd control, because that is what is shutting down Fair6 so hard right now. Every time he goes in, everything is just ready to just punish his aggression.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I mean, it is still all Aurafire here. Economy-wise and as well as map pressure right now. They are looking to secure that neutral objective here. Realizing that Rex is also half HP. Aurafire looking very, very, prepared, well prepared here, taking on Evos Legends.
And look, Pi didn't even use the retribution to get that that turtle, so they're going to contest for this purple. Again, baiting everyone to come here. Wow, what they do?
Clover right now with a low HP. Powa and Koopa, will he survive this one? Godiva did not connect as first take. Moves in, slicing, and dancing. But Clover in the backside gets taken down. Trader with high though. First take once more. Fluffy might be the next target. Facehugger and Kabuki is there to cover him, but first take looks on towards Godiva, who is not able to escape. Flicker wasn't there, and there you go. 1 for 2.
1 for 2, but again, Arashi, Kabuki is hitting on this turret. They're dishing out damage, the right amount of damage, and they're not even going to lose anything except for that topside turret.
I think that was a slight mistake from Aurafire there. We see that Godiva, in a sense, almost tunnels to make sure that Clover gets taken down. But his role in these fights isn't to go for the kill. It's to make sure that Fair6 on that funny does not get to play the gameplay that he wants. In that fight, he went and used his crowd control onto the Popo and Koopa, and as a result, Fair6 was able to do so much damage to the backline. That is something that Aurafire needs to make sure does not happen again.
Yeah, I feel like Aurafire here. I feel Evos Legends. I'm quite surprised here with 2 Purifies on Rex and Quite. Aurafire could still show their potential in their composition on that Kufra. And what do you think that is?
Yeah, I mean, taking a look at the damage dealt, we can see that Facehugger has just had such a huge impact in this game. Krite and Fair6, yes, they deal damage, but we gotta remember that they've been dealing this damage onto the front lines. Facehugger has been free, Clint has been free, and when you have this much space, Godiva goes in.
Godiva goes in, does not commit just yet. Rex with half HP. He needs to side here. Oh, now full HP right now. Ido with that shield unity trying to invade the purple buff. Connects on towards First, what will he do? Oh, Kabuki is free hitting the backside there. Trying to give Clover, but high soaks up a lot of damage, and First goes crazy in the backside. Fluffy by the target. Fluffy with that extra shield will not be able to survive. Double kill for that Sicilian as First jumps away, flies away, and Anti-Mage, he wants more. Rex is there to support him. Kabuki as well as Facehugger will be able to deny the rotation from side of Evos, but it will be a 3-0. Evos Legends finally get the traded that they need.
This is the problem with the side of Aurafire. Even though they get the early game, they don't use this properly. A lot of the times, they're just way too aggressive. They dive into the enemy purple buff for no reason at all, except for, yeah, we want to steal it away. But at this point, do you really need to steal it away? Fair6, before that fight, was 2 and 3. He was super behind. Just go for the objectives, the neutral objectives, the big objectives like Turtle. I mean, like Lord or the turrets.
Yep. And honestly, they actually played so aggressively, and as a result, I think one of their members just looked so stranded all the way in the front alone. And as we mentioned, Aurafire's composition is a team fight front-to-back composition. They need to be sticking together to get the full benefit out of this team composition. So they need to make sure that they played a lot slower, and if they don't get to catch the quote-unquote priority target, that's still fine because they don't have to risk anything. As long as they can make sure that the members of Evos Legends can't dive towards that backline, they're golden.
Here's the thing what I don't like about the composition from Aurafire, right? Their wave clear potential is so weak. And looking at the items, what do you have to say, Arashi?
So far, there is the Ice Queen Swan onto Facehugger, so there is still some wave clear there. But as you mentioned, with 2 frontliners, with 2 fighters, the damage from far away, the clearing, will lose out to a Sicilian, as well as the low cooldown from Fair6. But he goes in very deep here.
Fair6!
What?
With the mistake! What was he trying to do there? He goes in, trying to target, of course, Facehugger, but
Lord's available.
Godiva is there, and Lord is up high with the lead. Facehugger here opening up the real world manipulation. Godiva gets the taken out with one bad impact. Fluffy will find some compensation, taking down Clover. Fluffy will not survive with the synergy. Rex and Kreitz high once more here. Shield Unity connects Rex. Will he be able to get taken down high?
Kabuki
is there. Oh, Kabuki with a surprise attack. Rex taking a lot of damage. Aurafire will not be able. Killing spree for Kabuki.
Fiersick, that. Oh my god, I can't. I'm sorry, man. That was a huge blunder. It almost cost them the game. Luckily, Cry was able to position himself properly in that fight and actually carried the team to an equal standings in terms of kills. But man, oh man, I don't know what it is. Maybe he didn't have enough food here. Grab food will be giving him some good nutrition, I feel like, but I'm still just so speechless. He goes in 1v5. He needs to understand. Look at the CC. You have Fluffy on this Edith that just can instantly knock you up. You have the bouncing ball, my guy. Please, this... oh, I thought it was a different version yesterday, but we're seeing the exact same, possibly even worse aggressively in Season 8.
Maybe the success from the early game from Evos Legends.
From Season 8, sorry.
Yeah, I guess just makes Fiersick just a bit too feisty, but he can't just go into the jungle without any intel like that. He can go very deep, as we've seen in the past few team fights, but he needs to understand that he needs to wait for the right moment. He just goes in like that, where everyone is grouped up together and ready to pile on the CC on him. That is not going to be a good time at all.
Aurafire here, already committing on towards his Lord. Rex opening up vision. All for sake goes in. Be careful. Oh! In the front side, Fluffy gets taken out. Facehugger with a real world manipulation. So effective. But take a look at the Lord. It's already quarter HP, and Kabuki in the back side gets stage. Shut it down. High will not be able to do anything in the front side. Facehugger might be next as Anti-Mage, and Rex is already hovering on Facehugger, forces a flicker as Evos will look to claim the Lord, the enhanced Lord.
Fluffy is not tanky enough. He can't be the one in the front side. Conceal though.
Conceal play here, trying to look something. Evos still with 5. Godiva already trying to give some sort of a vision, but not no commitments just yet for Team Fight Anti-Mage here. First, wants Facehugger already dealing a lot of damage. Facehugger still surviving with no flicker here as the Lord will be claimed, will go into the hands of Evos Legends.
Now with the Lord secured for Evos Legends, they have the option of using the Lord as a 6th member of their team and actually split up the very strong front-to-back composition from Aurafire. If they're able to do so, there won't be enough crowd control in, there will be always someone that will fall victim to the mobility and high DPS coming in from Fiersick. Looking at the items now, smart itemization for going for the rose gold meteor as well as a bit more armor to make sure that he doesn't get bursted down. If he can last for a bit longer, the Bloodlust Axe will allow him to sustain up all that damage, provided he does not get hit with all the crowd control that Aura is saving up for him.
This is exactly what I said in the draft as well. The reason I actually preferred Evos Legends in the first phase of the draft was because they have the Fanny and the Sicilian. Fanny will create so much space for the Sicilian, and that's exactly what's happening here in the 14th minute of the game. Ever since that 10th minute, actually, we've seen this happen. Aurafire struggle in team fights when they don't get a pick off beforehand, and Sicilian has been free hitting because, again, Sicilian can hit everyone on Aurafire, but the longest range hero on Aurafire, which is Clint, can't, technically Yves, can't get into the sights, basically, or the range of Sicilian.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, and Aurafire here already still managing to defend Lord up top, still healthy. Anti-Mage trying to find something. Fluffy, take a look at the bad impacts. Fluffy, will he be able to survive? Real world manipulation here opened up. Godiva did not connect as Aurafire looks to defend on top side, but bot side will be Evos Legends picking up a base turret. 5 for 5 here. No members, no casualty. A smart offense, but a better defense.
Fortunately for Aurafire, they do, again, have the counter to an assassin, so they were able to use high to match Fiersick. If it was anyone else, they probably wouldn't have been taken down, but now big engage for Evos Legends.
Oh, Sanguine Claws connects on George 2, Godiva and high, soaking a lot of damage. Rex claiming up a kill. Take a look at the backside. Fiersick dealing a lot of damage, distracting, and also shoo-wing away Aurafire members for stands as Evos Legends looks to close the gap.
It's Krite versus the world at this point. As long as he gets covered, it's not going to be good.
Godiva here, trying to look something, trying to defend Facehugger. Oh, Fiersick almost gets taken out as Fluffy will not be able to defend top side. Anti-Mage and Rex, being the frontliner that they are, just looks for another base turret top side. 0 turrets for side of Aurafire here. What can they do to defend?
Well, this is where it gets quite difficult for Evos. Of course, with the Lord in their hands, they can probably get that win. In fact, the real win probability by the Samsung Galaxy A series is 68% for Evos Legends. If they can get the Lord, they can probably brute force their way to actually end the game. But without that, now they have to actually fight a very strong front-to-back composition in the base without any potential for them to flank around and catch members of Aurafire off guard. They will have to bank it on a fight near the Lord right now, or again, risk going for the fast end with the Lord and avoiding the team fight completely.
So for me, basically right here, what Aurafire needs to do is just put one member on defense, protect Kabuki and Facehugger from that Fanny. But the thing is, it's really hard with Amp Teammage also basically supporting him every single time. The thing is, what Aurafire needs to do is just completely nullify that back line. Let's see what they're able to do here.
Oh my god, Lord. For side of Evos Legends once again with 0 base certs here. The question still stands. Will they be able to defend this one? Because I feel like, right, the damage, man. The damage from the Sicilian is just too huge. What do you think? Will this be the final end push?
The thing is, there's a lot of damage coming in from Krite on that Sicilian, but he is still outranged by Facehugger, who is by no means, behind. He is 2-0-8, 0 deaths so far. If he can get a real good real manipulation, he can zone away the Sicilian and buy some time for the DPS like Kabuki, like Fluffy to actually deal enough damage and take out the Lord before Evos Legends can go for that fast end towards the crystal.
They need to go for a huge play right now, but they need to get Krite down. Already an engage right now, Gani.
Yeah, High here already at half HP, not looking good. Okay, there's an Immortal, but High gets taken back. High with the Immortal will pop. Versik gets taken. Oh no, Versik will not be able to get that kill, but 4-man standing, 4-man defending Clover.
Ooh.
And Friends looks to close the gap. As take a look at the base, it is too exposed. Evos Legends takes game number 1.
Oh man, what a game, honestly. Like, if we're talking about the game, that was a very it was very weird. It was a very weird victory,
Yeah.
I feel like, because I'm just quite baffled here by what transpired in that game.
Yeah, here's the thing. Sure, composition-wise,
It felt like, I'm sorry for cutting you out, it felt like mistakes from both of the teams. Like,
Absolutely, yeah.
I feel like the reason Aurafire was able to win in the early phase is because Versik made a lot of mistakes, and the reason Aurafire lost was also because they took too many fights and made mistakes.
I would agree with that because I think